Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Voice in Me, My Voice, My Choice, Episode 16, My Mom's Voice and Her Choice. I hope everyone has had a great few weeks, and I hope you used your voice to make the right choice for yourself. I learned about using my voice from my darling mother because she led her life having her voice diminished. And when she did use her voice, she had to endure the consequences of it. She never gave up and continued to teach her children, and especially her daughters, to use their voice to stand up for themselves. So our husbands have her to thank for that in many ways. On April 17th, my mother turned 80. Maybe not in the same world as the rest of us, but at least she had a happy, heavenly 80th birthday. And in honor of this special birthday, that I'm still honoring and will continue to honor, I wanted to share a poem that was inspired by her. Yes, my mom is and always will be an inspiration to me. She was not someone famous or even went to school like the rest of us, but she faced unthinkable challenges. But she always believed that the voice the one above has blessed us with should be used for good, not only to help ourselves, but others. Even though she had lifelong challenges, she always found time to help her family or listen to them, her friends, and even strangers who later became her friends, because everyone who knew her knew they could tell her their deepest, darkest fears and secrets, or whatever they were going through, and she could always find a way to help them with listening and, in most cases, giving them advice with thoughtfulness, empathy, kindness, and understanding. I wrote this poem I'm about to read because when I close my eyes, I still see, hear, and feel her, because she was not only my mom, but my best friend. So here is the poem in honor of my mother. The title is When I Close My Eyes. When I close my eyes, I see your smile. I hear you laugh. I feel your joy. And I remember all the happy times. When I close my eyes, I see your tears. I hear you cry. I feel your pain. And I remember those struggling times. When I close my eyes, I see you clap. I hear you cheer. I feel your support. And I remember how you encouraged me. When I close my eyes, I see your face. I hear your voice. I feel your warmth. And I remember how much you love me. When I close my eyes, I see your picture. I hear your song. I feel your clothes. And I remember that you are gone. When I close my eyes, I see my mumsy. I hear my mother. I feel my mama. And I remember that I am blessed that even though we are far apart, you are my friend, supporter, protector. You are my mummy. If you have ever lost someone that you loved so dearly, then you can understand this poem, not only in the words, but in the feeling of what it means to not have them in your life anymore. My mom was not perfect, but it was in her imperfections, in how she lived her life and learned to find her voice, that she not only gave her daughters, but those who were close family and friends, the confidence and support to find their voices. And many of them today still remember the moment her advice led them to changing their lives for the better. I hope one day I can bring some of those people on to my podcast to share those pivotal moments, because through her voice and the story of sharing her voice and how she finally stood up in many challenges that she had, that many people, especially me, have learned. Sometimes I gotta remind myself of those times and stories. And many of what I do with the podcast and the blog comes from that foundation. She helped me find my voice when I couldn't even get words out. She made me feel like I could extend my voice when I got to points of being at university or coming to the US and trying to rebuild a foundation for myself here. And she helped me find my voice even when she passed on, by just remembering of how much she taught me. So what is the lesson I can share with you today? The lesson that I learned and continually share with everyone is that if you have both or just even one of your parents, then love them, cherish them, take care of them, and do everything in your power to see and be with them. Because one day, you could be just like me, wishing that you could give up everything to just be with your parents. So that is my first blog back from break, and very emotional, I know, as I miss my mom with every heartbeat, because if it was not for her, I would not be here. So that is why I have dedicated this blog to her, my precious Mumsy, in honor of her happy, heavenly 80th birthday. Thank you everyone for listening to my blog this week. There'll be some changes coming up with the podcast because I want to make sure that I start living up to the promises I had for the podcast. I want to start bringing on people that can share their voice and their wisdom with you as well. So my podcast will no longer be weekly. It will be moments when I'm ready to share the voice in me. And I'm trying to at least get that to happen twice in a month. So thank you everyone for listening. I hope you have a great week or weeks ahead. And I'm looking forward to return with my next episode and my voice, my choice learning that I can share with you. Thanks everyone. Take care. Goodbye.